We now join our regularly scheduled programming already in progress.
This is a production of entertainment, action, comedy, creativeness, and much more. This is D-Coleman H Productions 2013.
This is the last time we've seen a Trainboy 54 spoof of a Productions intro. At least there'll be a new one for 2014. My Little Pony has been a part of the world since the 1980s. There was a time when Hasbro had to aim their creation of toys towards little girls by creating plastic toy ponies, each one in many different colors and styles, with combable hair to represent the mane and the tail. Thanks to Bonnie Zacherle, My Little Pony was born. The 1980s had many things that became popular enough to get their own TV shows, games, movies, and others, like Mad Balls, Garbage Pail Kids, Micro Machines, and Lego. Speaking of Lego, did you know that in February 2014 there's going to be a Lego movie? Yeah, I read about it in the second issue of Smosh magazine. Not everything had a popularity that lasted forever. Some only lasted way less than one another, but today, My Little Pony is one of them. My Little Pony Tales was produced first in 1992, before eventually My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic came, since 2010. It was supposed to be aimed towards girls like it always had, but somehow, some way, boys can't get enough of it. Probably the reason why most boys are fans of the show itself is that it may be a little less girlier than Barbie, but I'm just guessing. Boys call themselves bronies when they know that they enjoy that show. I looked up brony in a dictionary. There wasn't a definition. It was a My Little Pony poster. Nah, I'm just kidding. Here's the real reason why boys are called bronies. The word bro, a boy's word, and the word pony, a girl's word, would be put in one to represent a good reason for dudes to be watching something that doesn't really look like what a boy would see. When My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was produced, it started off with a 2-part pilot episode called Friendship is Magic. Yeah, I know. It's named after part of the title of the series. Each part counts as separate episodes. I mean, part 1 is episode 1, and part 2 is episode 2. At first I thought, why is it called My Little Pony? In the first minutes of the first episode, all I saw were unicorns, so I was thinking that it should have been called My Little Unicorn. But I don't think that anymore. It turns out that only some of the characters were unicorns. The others are ponies. Come to think of it, I almost thought that they would have called it My Little Pony and Unicorn. The plot of the pilot episode involves the main character, Twilight Sparkle, who's named after the Twilight movies, going on a mission to warn her mentor, Princess Celestia, that an evil nightmare moon is returning to make it nighttime forever. Unfortunately, she couldn't do it in time when other ponies became her new friends. It's one of those plots where the main character wants things to go as planned and not have even one pixel of a detail of it changed, like in Toy Story 3. This part of the pilot episode had parts that I thought were pretty funny. My favorite part is this.
Are you all right, Sugar Cube. Aw, she's so happy she's crying. Hot sauce. Yeah, good.
In the second part, Twilight cannot figure out the 6 elements of harmony, which are supposed to defeat Nightmare Moon and save Princess Celestia, but right here...
You think you can destroy the elements of harmony just like that? Well, you're wrong, because the spirits of the elements of harmony are right here!
I said, what? How did she know?
Applejack, who reassured me when I was in doubt, represents the spirit of honesty. Fluttershy, who tamed the Manticore with her compassion, represents the spirit of kindness. Pinkie Pie, who banished fear by giggling in the face of danger, represents the spirit of laughter. Rarity, who calmed a sorrowful serpent with a meaningful gift, represents the spirit of generosity. And Rainbow Dash, who could not abandon her friends for her own heart's desire, represents the spirit of loyalty. The spirits of the...
Oh yes, she figured them out herself, and things were just getting hopeless. How do I rate both parts of Friendship is Magic? Well, I kinda like the first part more than the other, but the second part is good too, because some scenes look like cutscenes from video games, and you wonder how things are gonna work out until you see for yourself, and before long they start acting so magically that it starts to remind you of Powerpuff Girls Z. Speaking of Powerpuff Girls, the maker of the original Powerpuff Girls, Lauren Faust, is who directed My Little Pony Friendship is Magic herself, and Tara Strong was the voice of Bubbles and Twilight in both shows.
She must continue to study the magic of friendship. She must report to me her findings from her new home in Ponyville.
I'll have to say, that ending was good. It's like most endings that you would see in movies nowadays. Plus, once you see both parts, the best moments of each one get stuck in your head and make you forget what you plan to see next. Hey! Would you like to watch our Crash Dummies commercials? I sure would, but first, I'm gonna see My Little Pony. Okay, suit yourself. "20 minutes later, alright, I'm ready to see..." Wait, what are we going to see? Our Crash Dummies commercials, you idiot! Oh, I guess I shouldn't have watched My Little Pony first. I don't call myself a brony, and I don't think I ever want to, but I thought both episodes of My Little Pony were pretty good. Because of parts that give you secret LOLs, the stories are so original that it makes you wish you could be original as well, and the animation is great. I like the way they sketched the characters and made them move. Maybe someday they'll include a unibrow. Isn't that creative? A unicorn and a zebra combined into one. Or even more creative, a Pegasus zebra. After all, a pony, a unicorn, and a zebra are all horses. Thank you, RailPony, aka TalesFan 36902, for not only having me in some of your redubs, but also for giving me this 200th video idea. To be honest, I didn't want to do it at first, but I knew I had to because sometimes it's best impossible to accept requests. Yet I sometimes can't accept all the ones I've gotten. And I watched a My Little Pony episode for the first time. You know, Twilight's last name, Sparkle, reminds me of a nostalgia critic gag. What could it be?
Hey! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Oh yeah, now I know. This has been my 200th video. I wish you all a Happy New Year, and I hope your Christmas was a very merry one. Fire truck! Yes! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle! Yeah, sparkle, man! Sparkle, sparkle.